So start by sitting up in a comfortable position. And let's start with some deep breathing, breathing through your nose. And breathing out through your nose. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And then your next inhale, think about lifting your sternum at the top of your rib cage, lengthening through the back of your spine. And thinking about the muscles that go between your shoulder blades and your spine, pushing upward. And then let's roll the shoulders backwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then elbow rolls, big rotations backwards, 5. And squeeze the shoulder blades together when you take them back, 4. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, 3. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, 2. And last one, squeeze the shoulder blades together and release. And then start twisting your arms and your wrists. Fingers are loose. And we're focusing on trying to rotate the wrists as much as possible. And then the elbows will just rotate on their own. So focus on the hand. And then make a loose fist and again, rotate. And then push your fingers out and rotate. And then extend your arms out, loose fingers and rotate. Other way. And then loose fists and rotate. Other way. Good, rotating through the elbows. Try to keep your elbows parallel with your shoulders. Other way. Good, reaching your arms up. Reach your shoulder blades off your back as you lengthen through your arms. Reach with the shoulder, 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 and then push the shoulders down. Push the shoulder blade down, push the shoulder blade down, push, 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 push. Now we're gonna push down and flex your left hand, pulling your fingers up as much as possible. Keep that hand flexed. Big rotations backwards for 3, 2, and 1. Push that arm down as much as possible. Push the shoulder blade down as much as possible and take your right ear to your right shoulder. Rotate your chin to your shoulder and back up for 3. Chin down and back up for 2. Chin down and back up for 1. And then hold here. Pushing the shoulder down, lengthening the left side of your neck, flaring the fingers up. Hold for 1 more breath. Come back to center and shake that arm out. Then flex through the right hand, roll that shoulder back and down, and then push through the fingers, lengthen through your spine, and take your left ear to your left shoulder, rotate down to the shoulder and back up for 3. Down to the shoulder, back up for 2. Down to the shoulder, back up for 1. And then hold your head tilted with your face facing forward, shoulder blades down your back, lengthening through the right side and back of your neck, flexing through that right hand as much as you can. Breathing a deep breath in, deep breath out. And release and come back to center and shake out that right arm. We're going to clasp our hands together and push your palms away from you. Pull the shoulder blades back and down. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. And then take your left ear to your left shoulder. Come back to center, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Push the shoulder blades back and down towards your hips. Lengthen through your lower back. Lengthen through your arms, push through your fingers. Turn your head to the right. Turn your head to the left. Come back to center. And let's clasp our hands together behind our back, pulling your hands down to the floor, lifting your sternum up, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Turn your head to the right. Turn your head to the left. Come back to center and release your arms at your side. Imagine you have a marker at the top of your head and we're doing circles with our head on the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn your head to the right. Reach your left arm out to the left with your palm facing forward and roll that shoulder blade back and down for 3, 2, 1. Turn your head to face forward. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Left shoulder rolls backwards for 3, 2, 1. Take your head back to center and relax that left arm. Right arm out to the right, palm facing forward, shoulder blade back and down. Turn your head to the left. Roll that shoulder blade backwards for 3, 2, 1. Bring your head back to center. Tilt your head to the left. Shoulder rolls backwards for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Open both arms, palms face down, and roll your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Lift your chin up to the ceiling. Lift your sternum up to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders backwards. 3, 2, 1. Tuck in your chin, look down to the floor, roll the shoulders backwards. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Cross the arms, right elbow under your left elbow. If you can, bring your palms together. Lengthen through the back of your neck and hold here, pulling the elbows into the center of your body as you pull your shoulder blades down your back. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then turn your head to the left. Turn your head to the right. Come back to center. Lift your elbows, tucking in your chin. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then release your elbows back and reach your arms as far back as you possibly can. Arch your shoulders back and then lift your chin up and take a nice big back bend, tilting your tailbone back. And then come back to center. We're going to take our left elbow under your right elbow. If you can, bring your palms together or take the backs of your hands together. And then pull your elbows down as you open your shoulder blades back. And then lift your elbows up, tucking your chin. And bring your elbows down, turning your head to the right. Come back to center, reach your arms as far back as possible. Arch your body and open your throat. And then come back to center, taking your hands to your knees around your back, tuck in your tailbone, tuck in your chin. And then take your left hand to your right knee and push back into your left shoulder blade, rounding your spine. And then take your left hand to your right knee, pushing back into your right shoulder blade, tucking in your tailbone, tucking in your chin. And release. Reaching your arms over to the side, lengthening through the whole left side of your body, leading your body out to that left side, and then rotating through the left arm. Big circles. Opening up through the psoas, opening up through the ribs, opening up through the lats. You could let your head drop down to the right and see how that feels. That takes it a little bit more into the supraspinatus and up into the neck. 2 more big rotations. 1 and 2. And then we're going to let that arm drop all the way back. Arch your tailbone back. Arch your shoulders back. You could even let your head drop back if you want to. Hold for 1 more breath. And then we're going to take that left hand either to your right knee or to the floor or onto a block. We're going to lean into that left sits bone and turn and look over your right shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then let's come back to center again. Over to the other side. Reaching your right arm up and over. Leaning your ribs out to the right. Let your head drop if that feels comfortable. And then we're making big, huge circles backwards. Big circles, getting movement through the supraspinatus, which goes from your arm across the top of your neck into your neck. Sorry, across the top of your shoulders into your neck. Good. We're also stimulating the psoas, which goes from mid-thoracic down into the hips on this side, all the way up into the collarbone on your right side. And then let's let that right arm reach back, arch your tailbone back. You could let your head drop back, whatever feels right for your body today. And then take your right hand to your left knee or onto the floor, leaning into that right hip, look over your left shoulder. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more deep breath. And then come back to center. Gently twist your ribs to your right, turning your head as far to the right as possible. And then gently twist your ribs to the left, turning your head as far to the left as possible. Coming back to center, square your rib cage, square your shoulders, open your collarbone. Take your right ear to your right shoulder, extending through your left arm, palm facing up. Take your right hand to your left ear and then relax your head, lengthening through the back and left side of your neck. Feel your shoulder rotating backwards and imagine your pinky is lifting as your thumb drops back. So you're twisting through the arm. Big breath in. Big breath out, leaning back into the neck. One more deep breath. And release. Roll both shoulders backwards for 3, 2, and 1. Take your left ear to your left shoulder, right palm facing up, extending out, left hand to your right ear, relaxing your left arm, lifting your sternum, dropping your shoulder blades down your back, twisting that right arm so that the pinky is lifting and the thumb is dropping. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more deep breath. Release. Come back to center. Let's clasp our hands together behind your back. Pull your arms away from your body and then create a back bend, arching your tailbone back, and then open your throat. Lift your arms away from your body. And then tuck in your chin. We're going to take our hands to our knees and round your back. Pushing back into your mid-spine as you hold on to your knees, tucking in your tailbone, tucking in your chin. And release. Extending your left arm up, bending that left elbow, pulling that elbow behind your head, and then leaning back into your elbow. Try not to push your head forward. Try to keep your neck nice and straight. And then try not to arch in the lower back, bringing the bottom of the rib cage into your center line. And then if anything, you might want to push your rib cage out to your left, but that's if you can keep your arm behind your head. And let's come back to center, release that arm and onto the other side. Pulling your right arm behind your head, leaning back into that arm, lengthening through your spine. Try not to create a back bend. Breathing deeply. And then slowly come back to center and release. And let's roll our shoulders backwards for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your elbows together and palms together. Push your shoulder blades back and down. Lift your elbows as high up as possible and then push into your hands as you open your elbows out. Then squeeze your shoulder blades down and pull your elbows down using your shoulder blades. Squeeze your elbows in towards your waist. Then bring your elbows and palms together, pushing into your hands. Lift your elbows, push into your hands as you open your elbows out. Push your shoulder blades down and then squeeze your shoulder blades in as you squeeze your elbows down towards your waist. Palms together, squeeze your arms together. Push into your palms as hard as you can. Then lift your elbows as high as you can. Push into your palms as you open your elbows. Push your shoulder blades down and squeeze your elbows into your waist. Last time, push into your palms, lift up. Push into your palms as hard as possible as you open your elbows out. Push your shoulder blades down and then squeeze your elbows in using your shoulder blades. And release. Gentle twist to your right. Gentle twist to your left. Come back to center, opening through your side body. And then the other side. And coming back to center, taking your left hand to your right knee, pushing back into your left shoulder blade, rounding your back. Right hand to your left knee, pushing back into your right shoulder blade. And then place both hands on your lap and arch your tailbone back, open your throat. And come back to center, tucking your chin, looking down towards the floor and turning your head from side to side. And then coming back to center, letting your arms hang at your side, lengthening through your collarbone. And let's take your right ear to your right shoulder, curl across your collarbone to your left shoulder, lean back, chin up, curl across your collarbone, Right ear to right shoulder, lean back, chin up. Nice and slow and easy. Last neck rotation. And all the way over to the right. Lean back, chin up. Over to your left. Lean back, chin up. And last time, over to your right. Lean back, chin up, and then over to your left. Lean back, chin up, and come back to center. Coming off our blocks, we're going to lie on our stomach and take our forearms under our shoulders in Sphinx pose. So if your lower back is really tight, you could have your legs wide. Bring your elbows under your shoulders and then open your fingers as wide as possible with your pointing fingers pointing straight ahead. Squeeze your bum, pushing your hip bones into the floor, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest and open your throat. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades together. Keep squeezing your hip bones into the floor. And then imagine you're pulling your elbows towards your ribs as you lift your ribs to the ceiling. And then tuck in your chin, let your head drop down to the floor. Relax your hips and turn your head from side to side. Good, and then let's open our arms out in a T, and we're going to roll from side to side a couple of times. So roll onto that left side, opening your right knee, and then roll onto your right side, lifting your left knee, and then roll onto your left side, lift your right knee, roll onto your right side, lifting your left knee. We're going to do two more. Roll onto your left side, opening your right knee. Roll onto your right side, opening your left knee, and then we're going to hold. So we're going to roll onto that left side, bending the right knee. Let's hold here. So you could either stay here, or if you want to lift that right arm up. And then let's roll onto that right side. Lifting the left knee up, holding here. You can lift the left arm up if you want. Breathing through your nose. Then roll back onto your stomach. We're going to cross our arms. So we're going to take our left elbow under with our right arm in front. We're going to walk our hands as far apart as possible. And then you're going to tuck your toes under and push your chest forward, letting your head drop down to the floor. And then let's lift up. And let's bring our right arm closer to our body with your left arm in front. Walk your hands as far apart as possible. And then tuck your toes under and push yourself forward and let your head drop down. And then slowly lift up. We're going to roll onto our back. And we're going to take blocks underneath our thoracic spine and our neck, or head actually. So you're going to have this cross type situation where your bum's on the floor. The lengthened block goes along your spine, starting right at the bottom of your ribs, And then your head could go onto the other block. So you should feel no blocks pushing into your ribs. And then we're going to lift our arms up to the ceiling and push your shoulders up and push your shoulders down. Push your shoulders up, push your shoulders down. Push your shoulders up, push your shoulders down, and then push your shoulders up and try to reach your arms over your head. Try to tap the floor and then bring your arms back up and push your shoulders down, squeezing the block, hold them there. Try to reach your arms over your head. Bring your arms back up to center, push your shoulders up, take your arms over your head, bring them back up to center, push your shoulders down, take them over your head, and back up to center. And keep squeezing that block with your shoulder blades, and now we're opening out. And back up to center. Keep squeezing the block, and take your arms over your head, and then bring them back up to center. Keep squeezing the block, arms straight out at shoulder height, and then snow angels. So you're going from the top, bringing your palms together, all the way down to your hips, and then letting your arms drag along the floor, bringing your hands all the way up, and then all the way down. And if at this point, it would feel comfortable for you to remove the head block and take you into a bigger back bend. See if you can do some snow angels with a nice big back bend. I do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Good, so let's hold here and take your palms above your head. If you can, bring your arms together. Your hands together. Breathe into your ribs. One more big breath. And then let's bend our elbows. Take your hands to the back of your head and lift your head up and come off your blocks. Let's roll back onto the floor. Open your arms out in a T at shoulder height. Tuck your shoulders under and turn your head from side to side. And then let's bend our knees. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Drop your knees to the right, head to the left. Knees to the left, head to the right. Knees to the right, head to the left, and stop. And take your right ankle to your left thigh and look back over your left shoulder. Keep your right ankle on your left knee, roll onto your back, and hug your left thigh into your chest. And then take your legs to the left, planting that right foot on the floor, and turn your head to the right. Push your right foot into the floor, opening that right knee away from you. Arch your tailbone back if that feels good for you. Big breath in. And then roll onto your back, hug both knees into your chest, round your shoulders and your head up, take your forehead to your knees and round the entire spine. And then let's place your feet back on the floor as wide as your mat, arms open, knees to the right, head to the left, knees to the left, head to the right, and stop. Left ankle goes up onto the right thigh, look back over your right shoulder, tucking that right shoulder under, pushing your tailbone forward, doing that pelvic tilt. Big breath in, big breath out. Keep your left ankle on your right knee, roll onto your back, and hug your right thigh into your chest. And then let's take your left foot to the floor on your right, pushing that left foot down into your mat, and then looking back over your left shoulder. Arching your tailbone back, turning your head, breathing through your nose. And then roll onto your back and tuck into a big, tight ball, taking your forehead to your knees. And then we're going to curl up to a seated position. We're going to have our legs extended out behind us. Take your fingers under your bum with your palms face down. Elbows coming as close together as possible. Arch your tailbone back. Lift your chest and let your head drop back into your fish pose. And then take your bottom jaw over your top jaw. And turn your head from side to side. And then tuck in your chin. Let's take our hands back behind us, bending your knees, bringing your feet as wide as your shoulders. We're going to lift our hips, push your hips as high up as possible, and let your head drop back. Good, and then drop your hips to the floor, extend your feet forward, and forward fold. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then let's do that again, bringing your feet back towards your hips as wide as your shoulders, fingers pointing towards your hips. Lift your hips up and let your head drop back. And then let your hips drop down, extend your left foot forward, take your right foot to the outside of your left thigh, and then we're going to hug your knee with your opposite arm, sit up really tall, and then turn your head to look over your shoulder. And then if you want to take it even further into your shoulders and lats, you could try to get your opposite arm inside your leg and try to hook into the opposite leg, or take the opposite arm behind your back and then try to sit up tall and turn your head to look over your opposite shoulder. going to slowly unravel and move on to the other side. So bending your left knee, take your left foot to the outside of your right thigh, hug that left knee with your right arm, sitting up super tall, and then twist to look over your left shoulder. And either stay here, or see if you can come into some form of a bind. And slowly come back out of your bind. We're going to roll onto our hands and knees. With your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Let's roll our shoulders backwards for 3, 2, and 1. And then push your chest towards the floor, push your chin towards the floor. And then push your chest towards the ceiling and tuck in your chin. Push your chest to the floor, push your chin to the floor, and then push your chest to the ceiling and tuck in your chin. One more time. Push your chest to the floor, push your chin to the floor, push your chest to the ceiling and tuck in your chin. Good, and then let's do 3 cats and cows. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. We're going to step your left foot forward, and you're going to take your right elbow to your left knee. So even if you're staying here, or you could bring your fist to your hand if you can open through your collarbone, or if you could bring your palms together. So you're taking your opposite elbow to the opposite knee, so you're twisting into the knee. Yes. Good. Go forward and twist. Good, and then let's do that on the other side. Stepping your right foot forward, taking your left elbow to your right knee, and either staying there or moving into a deeper twist, bringing your palms together. And then slowly unravel. And we're going to come up, tuck your toes under, open your knees about 10 inches wide, lift up, and let's push your hips forward and open your chest to the ceiling, let your head drop back. And then slowly come back to center. We're going to roll onto our stomach again. And we're going to grab onto our feet. And you could either stay here or push your feet away, lift up, and open up through your chest. One more big breath. And slowly release. Rock your feet from side to side. Good, and then we're going to grab onto our feet again. And we're going to roll onto your right side. And really focus on pushing that left foot back and away, opening up through that whole left side of your body. You could add on opening your throat. And then release, roll on to your stomach. Roll all the way over onto the other side. Push that right foot away. Open up to that whole right side. And if you want to add on, opening your throat. Release, roll onto your stomach, and rock your feet from side to side. Good. Release your feet to the floor. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale all the way up into upward dog. And then exhale, pull back into your child's pose. And one more big breath. Then we're going to grab onto a block and take your left elbow onto that block, taking your left hand to your shoulder and pushing your chest and head down towards the floor. And on the other side, taking your right elbow to your block, right hand to your shoulder, chest and head towards the floor. And slowly lift up. Let's sit on our feet. Extend your arms out in front of you and rotate through your wrists. And then loose fists, rotate. You could also be up on your knees if that's easier for you. And then rotate through the elbows. Other way. Good. And then we're going to take a fish pose in a different way. So we're going to take 2 blocks. If you have neck issues, then I would suggest taking a pillow or something behind your head. So we're going to turn our blocks. We're going to stack 2 blocks on top of each other. And then you're going to take your bum to the floor and you're going to take those blocks right onto your shoulder blades. So a couple of things you can do is intertwine your fingers behind your head and let your head just drop back. Tuck in your chin and push back into your hands. If that's too intense for you, take some pillows behind your head or a bigger block or something or a bolster. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to push back into our arms with our shoulder blades pinned with the blocks. So tuck in your chin, push back into the back of your neck, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and imagine you're pushing your elbows towards the floor. Big breath in. Big breath out. Keep pushing back into the back of your neck. Keep tucking in your chin. And squeeze your elbows back towards the floor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can either stay here, or if you want, you could release your head all the way back and open your arms out in a T. Stay here and breathe. Close your eyes. And if you'd like to bring your arms over your head, try that. Take your hands to the back of your head and lift up. And fall forward into a ragdoll forward fold. We're going to slowly lift up, roll onto your back, and move into a spinal twist. Hugging your right knee into your chest, take that right knee across your body to the left, reaching your right arm back behind you. Turn your head to the right. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply with every exhale, relaxing. And then roll onto your back, hug that right knee into your chest. And extend your right leg down your mat. Take your left knee across your body to the right, reaching your left arm back behind you. And then slowly roll onto your back. Hug your left knee into your chest. And extend both legs down your mat. Open your arms out in a T at shoulder height. Tuck your shoulders under. Reach your arms as far apart as possible with your hands open. Roll your head to the left. Reach out through that right arm. Roll your head to the right. Reach out through your left arm. Come back to center. Look up towards the ceiling and tilt your head to the left. But your head and your face need to be facing the ceiling. As you rock your head to the left, reach out through your right arm, rotating that right shoulder back and down. And then slowly come back to center. Tilt your head to the left with your face facing the ceiling. Reach out through your left arm, through your right arm. So it's the opposite arm reaching away from your head. Come back to center. Bring your palms face up beside your body. Open your knees out, bringing the bottoms of your feet together with your knees dropping open. And then close your eyes and breathe deeply into your belly for 5 slow, deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your knees together, extend your legs down your mat. Pause here for 2 slow, deep breaths. Then bend your knees, roll onto your right side. Pause for a moment on your right side. And then sit up to whatever position feels comfortable for you. Sealing your practice with 1 minute of meditation. And just close your eyes. Notice your breath coming and going. Inhale just and exhale be, and just be with your breath for 1 minute. Thank yourself for all that you are.